Hello Rimworld fans! In this video, I will talk about the first extension of my base design. If you want to know how my early base looks like, I have put the link below on this video description. First, I will talk about Killbox. Currently, I have 4 range fighter, so I make the barricade 5 cells wide. And it also fit nicely with the current base form. I use the grave in the skill box for 2 reasons. First is to prevent tree from growing in the kill box area. The tree can be used by the enemies to take cover, hence reducing our pounce chance to hit the enemies. The second reason is to keep enemy walking speed at 87%. If you use flooring instead of grave, it will increase the walking speed to 100%. You can see the data on the bottom left of the screen. Here you can see that the soil walk speed is 87%, while this slate here has 100% walk speed. You can also see on the bottom left of the screen an information written dark 0%. It means that those cells here is covered by the shadows of the roof. This will reduce the chance of enemy hitting you. This is the reason why I put roof behind the barricades. Here you can see the green area representing the roof. I also put barricades at the entrance of kill box to halt the enemy movement. The enemy must spend some time climbing up and down the barricade. You should take a note that I space the barricade entrance 1 cell wide from each other, like this. If you don't space the barricade, the enemy will only climb once, which will happen at the start of your entrance barricade. Next, I'm going to talk about the farm. As you can see, I have expanded the farm from 1 block into 2 blocks. I believe it's enough to support 6 pounds. Well, if you want to be more accurate, I guess you can do some spreadsheets and look for the data in the Rimworld wiki. I use corn farm as my second farm because it requires the smallest amount of work needed compared to rice or potato. I also put the wind turbine here as it fits nicely and synergizes with the wind turbine requirement for open space. Since the enemy does not always enter from the kill box entrance, I put mini turret for extra precaution at each intersection of my base. I also put spike trap at each gate of my base because the enemy AI often take cover near the door gate. After the farm, I will talk about the grain storage or granary and the kitchen. This granary is located near the farm, so when the harvest comes, it will reduce the travel time for the pounds while storing the harvest. I merge the kitchen and granary because grain is one of the ingredients needed for cooking. As for the meat, I store it here on the freezer room, as you can see here. I use 2 coolers to anticipate the extreme heat of the summer. I also use small enclosure to prevent enemies destroying the cooler. But I guess the design can be more neat if I put it on the interior side of the wall. As you can see, I strictly put only 1 door for each room to minimize pawn movement only to the area where their work is needed. This will reduce the accumulation of dirt indoor. Dirt accumulation affects many things in Rimworld, such as food poisoning, medical treatment chance, pawn mood relating to beauty. So I believe that sacrificing the flexibility of movement is worthwhile in exchange for a cleaner room. Next, the bedroom. I use double bed because pawns can get married, so the spouse can easily move in when they are married or become lover. For the furniture, I use marble because it has the highest beauty point among all stones except jade. You can see the beauty point by selecting the beauty user interface. I also try to put Pawn's bedroom near their work area, but sometimes you cannot always do that. Next is the miscellaneous warehouse and the power station. I don't think it requires further explanation. You can copy it as you see it on the screen. Just remember to connect your power outdoor to the wind turbine to connect it with the batteries. One more thing that I want to add is try to hide the power cable inside the wall, as it gives beauty penalty for your base. Next, the laboratory / hospital / prison. Since my base is still small, I merged those three functionality. Those three rooms are affected by the cleanliness of your room, so it is logical to merge them for now. I store the medicines here for easy access for quick treatment of sick patients. Before I forget, here is my dining room / recreational room / temporary bedroom. Last is the workshop. Here, the pawn butcher the animal for meat and leather. The leather can be turned into various clothing at the tailor bench. Note that the freezer is situated at the left of the workshop, so the butcher doesn't have to travel very far when storing meat. In this workshop, we also have the stone cutter to build walls needed for our base. I think that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you want to. Peace.